Leading off trending, one sure way to save money on unique finds is by thrifting.
But this thrifter found an item she liked with a good selling price to match. Jessica Vincent of Virginia found this unique vase at her local Goodwill over the summer. She says she almost didn't buy it, but something was telling her to go through with the purchase. She paid $3.99 for the vase.
Vincent admits she thought she could get a couple $1,000s for it. That's until she contacted the Wright auction house in Chicago, who was able to sell it to a private collector for a whopping $107,000. I want to know how you know that it's going to be thousands of dollars.
That's the thing, where she wasn't sure to buy it at first, but then was thinking it was going to be worth a few $1,000s. I would have snagged that up real quick.
Even if it was $1,000, you paid $4 for it.
$50?
Yeah, literally anything.
What a profit
I would
turn.
do it, yeah.
Now, I kind of feel bad for the person that brought this vase in. Now, good for this woman to,
sure,
take advantage and make a good decision here,
$100,000
$100,000 profit.
Jeez.
But I do feel bad for the person that brought this vase into the Goodwill store.
Let's hope they just don't see it. I hope that person does not see the story so we can protect their peace.
It is amazing, not just at Goodwill stores, but also garage sales.
Antique stores, anything really.
You can find a lot. If you can put a little extra time in, especially doing some DIY work.
Oh, yeah.
You can find some good deals.
And my favorite part is when you find the weird stuff. You're like, what is this?
That
is my favorite thing. Yeah. So you just can't lose.
It really opens up the imagination sometimes when you go through an antique store. Like, what is this?
What is this for? Yeah. Who knows?
You ready for some interesting stuff? It's been a big week in the world of football,
no.
And that comes with some fun after-game celebrations.
I don't want to see this video again. Ew. If you watched Wednesday's game, you may have seen the poor West Virginia coach get doused in mayonnaise after winning the Duke's Mayo Bowl.
So that's the problem. It should have been Miracle Whip. But on Thursday night, following Kansas State's victory in the first ever Pop-Tart Bowl, the Pop-Tart mascot was lowered into an oven-sized toaster.
Out the other side came a giant edible Pop-Tart for the team to enjoy. It's just me.
I think it's great that this was all edible.
Yeah, that's cool. It is a little morbid that it looks like a lifelike person and then suddenly they're just tearing him apart.
It's kind of a play on those old commercials, the old Pop-Tart commercials.
Sure.
Very interesting.
I still can't get over the Mayo video. The fact that I found out just an hour ago that they do this every year.
Every year they dump the winning coach with some mayo.
I would purposefully lose.
Yeah, there are some interesting things when it comes to bowl games, and I feel like as the years have gone on, we're just finding weirder sponsors for these bowl games.
At least it's a win-win though. If you win the game, you win the game. If you lose the game, you don't get doused in mayo. So gotta look on the bright side.
And for those that lost that Kansas State game, at least they didn't have to. If they didn't like Pop-Tarts, they didn't have to eat it.
I guess that's true.
That was very. I do say, talk about some genius marketing though.
Yeah.
From the Pop-Tart.
Pop-Tarts had never been more relevant.
Fully.
Yeah.
Interesting stuff.
It worked.
All right, this next one is a good one too.
This is for you. This one's for all the men out there. In an emergency, do you think you'd be able to take over the controls of a passenger plane and land safely?
Well, a survey by YouGov shows nearly 50% of men think they can do it, but experts disagree. While commercial air pilots spend most of the time on autopilot, they say takeoffs and landings are the most difficult task. To land successfully, a pilot must keep appropriate speed while simultaneously managing gear flap configuration, all while adhering to air traffic regulations.
The survey also finds that among all adult Americans, about a third think they could land safely, showing the guys have a little bit more confidence in themselves. Blake, you said you don't think you could land a plane, but you were thinking about a helicopter. You did consider a helicopter.
Maybe I'd give. That was being a little too ambitious, I think. It doesn't surprise me. 50%. I'm surprised it's not like 80% of men.
Everyone we've asked in here so far has said no, but I think it's because they had warning.
Yeah, there was the warning.
So go out there and catch all the men you know off guard.
You ask a few guys together in a group.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can do it. That's easy.
I see.
No. I would give it a try.
If you had to.
For sure. If I had to. I would give it a try.
Yeah.
I'd give it myself at least a 5% chance, maybe.
Maybe.
Better than not trying.
That's so true.
That's the right answer.
Perseverance.